Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. When we last left off, our party finally made it down to the town of Nashkel, where there have been many troubles at the local mine, especially concerning iron ore that has been tainted somehow.
It will be done.
We need to look into that, but not right now. First of all, we're going to explore this lovely building here. It is actually a temple, another temple, of Helm, the deity of guardians, as you can see by the iconography of the steeled gauntlet with the unblinking eye. Helm is a fairly renowned god, though his popularity has diminished owing to his actions during the time of troubles, for which he is not remembered too fondly. Here is a...
intrepid adventurers at our door.
Here is a cleric of Helm, Naylan. Helm guards over all the realms, and his servants are at your disposal. The vigilant one stands ready to amend thy ailments, and so divert the unyielding gaze of the great guide, for a suitable donation, of course. Just to demonstrate our mutual goodwill, you understand. Helm watch over you and our poor lost brother Braj. A finer captain of the guard could nary be found this side of Arm. Such a strange change for one so devout as he. One does not usually change so drastically without nefarious help. If there be an evil influence on him, perhaps the harsh justice of the military should be stayed. He'll find no quarter at the garrison, but if he came to the temple, well, his restitution need not be his life. Is there anything I can help you with? This is actually an interesting thing. This is actually something that we could have talked with the guard earlier, who I've temporarily forgotten his name. But had I introduced myself as Rushgust Greyhelm, he would have told me about Braj, the captain of the Amish guard here in Nashkel. And something has indeed come over him, some sort of evil persuasion that has changed his temperament thus far. The garrison want to bring him to justice, but Naylan has an alternative, which doesn't involve Braj's life. And there are all the usual bits and pieces available at temples. We don't need to talk to him any further though, but it was useful to get that piece of information. Naylan at the Temple of Helm seems to think that Braj might be under the influence of some evil. If I return him to them, he might not be killed for his crimes. Which I think is the, well, more the moral choice. But we actually don't know where Braj is at the moment.
You said something?
Yes, indeed I did. I paid 35 gold for a sword from Berrun, and it rotted in my hands. What can disease metal so? Has your gear done the same? Even if you got your blade out of some dang dungeon, just bringing them near tainted metal makes them weak. Seems like only magic weapons don't degrade, but who is those? No one I know. More information on the Iron Crisis. Fortunately, magic weapons do not suffer the taint of the Iron Crisis. But it doesn't matter if you buy the weapons from the store or acquire them from a dungeon. There is always the risk of the iron corrupting, which is very unfortunate. But we want to talk to this man here.
You have returned, and so soon.
This man is Ooblik. No, Say not another word. I would not think of making you wait but a moment for your just reward. When council told me that they had procured Grey Wolf to rid the wards of the bandit Tonquin, I knew we could expect swift justice. I would not have predicted success this quickly, but who else could it be striding into town looking as you do? Please accept this meagre sum of 200 gold pieces, as well as the heartfelt thanks of all of Nashville. We could normally take that gold, and indeed I am actually tempted to do that, but then again I am not this Grey Wolf that he speaks of. Grey Wolf is a bounty hunter, if you couldn't already tell from what Oobleck has said. And he is actually notorious. Now, I could take money and go, yes, I am Grey Wolf, because I did that, yes. And that might be interesting. We could... Now I'm in a bit of a pickle, because I am a rogue, of course. I could be humble and not take the money. So I'm going to do that. Pains me to do it, but you not Grey Wolf the bounty hunter? Oh, sweet helm! I almost gave 200 gold pieces to a complete stranger. The captain best not hear this. He'd have my hide. Thanks be for your honesty, stranger. There are those who would not have done as such. Our reputation has increased. A man in Nashville named Oobleck mistook me for a bounty hunter named Grey Wolf. I cost myself a little gold, but prevented him from making an expensive mistake. Only good things can come of it. Can talk to him again.
Dealing with criminals jades a man so.
I can't argue with him there, but at the same time, I do raise my hackles over the fact that, because I am a rogue after all. Ah, my fine and honest friend, what can I do for you today? Let's ask him what bounties are currently unclaimed. Our captain on the guard is still on the loose. Keep your blade ready if you get anywhere near him. Very dangerous he is. There's also a bit of foolishness with a local artist named Prism. Stole a couple of emeralds, he did. We seek their return, though Prism's fate is of little concern.
Ryan would be proud of your actions.
Thank you very much for that, Khalid. Might not do to raise our reputation too high. But ho, what is this? There is a man standing here. The sword.
Stand and deliver, that my hamster might have a better look at you.
I agree, Boo. They look to be friendly. Greetings. We are Minsc and Boo. We have travelled far to explore this land, but now my charge Dinah here has been taken from us. 'Twas gnolls, and once we have tracked them, I will beat sense into their heads until they release her. Accompany us, and bards will sing of the deeds of Minsc and Boo, and friends. Ah, it has been far too long, Minsc. A very noble companion, if ever there was one. But, although, to be fair, excuse me, but are you speaking to a rodent? Boo is my faithful companion, animal companion, and is more than he seems. The classic dilemma of the damsel in distress. How could anyone decline? Take heart, fellow adventurers, for you have curried the favour of Boo, the only miniature giant space hamster in the realm. My friend and companion ever since my head wound. He will lead us to victory. Onward to the Knoll stronghold in the west. Tarry not, we must go soon.
Cool one, sir. But
And
kicking
we
for
have another
goodness.
party member. The ever-reliable Minsc. He's a ranger. He has a two-handed sword, which is a very impressive weapon. Unfortunately, it too is prone to the iron crisis. And he also has an interesting item in the form of his so-called giant miniature space hamster. Boo. Boo is a fuzzy little hamster. While Minsc believes that Boo is a miniature giant space hamster, you are rather certain that the tiny rodent is just a normal hamster. Boo is a very unique item. Boo scuttles away as you try to grab him, and Minsc stops any further attempt to steal the animal with a harsh glare. We cannot take Boo away from Minsc, and we clearly cannot take Minsc away from Boo. The unfortunate thing is that if Minsc is slain in battle, Boo will disappear. Boo will run away, and you can never get him back. So we want to avoid Minsc dying at any cost. He is neutral good, he is human, and he has relatively interesting stats. His main stat is strength, 18/93. He is very adequate dexterity and constitution for a ranger. Unfortunately, due to the infamous head wound that he has suffered, Minsc has actually lost quite a bit in the way of intelligence and especially wisdom. And although interestingly enough, he's actually lost, he doesn't have much charisma, even though he is probably one of the most interesting personalities. His weapon proficiencies are longsword, spiked weapons, and the axe. And he gets +2 to hit and +5 damage. And that's about it. His racial enemy as a ranger is the Knoll, which means that he actually deals more damage towards them. And he also has stealth. He has a stealth of 30 of being a ranger. Let's learn a little bit more about him, shall we? When asked about his past, Minsc proudly announces that he is a berserker warrior from the nation of Rashomon in the Utter East. He is currently undertaking his Degema, a ritual journey to manhood, and is seeking adventure and glory in battle. It is also his honor to be the bodyguard of a young Wicharlan of Rashomon named Dynahair, and if anyone tries to harm her, he will beat sense into their heads until they reconsider. He is unsure as to why she has led them to the Sword Coast, but his loyalty is unquestioning. If he serves her well and distinguishes himself in battle, he hopes to be accepted into the Ice Dragon Berserker Lodge upon their return to their homeland. So far, Minsc considers his most notable experience in the world abroad to be the acquisition of his animal companion Boo, a creature that he claims is a miniature giant space hamster. Apparently such things do exist in the realms, but Minsc has surely taken too many blows to the head. He seems a good-natured fellow, but is all too willing to indulge in his berserker nature. That probably explains the low charisma. And as you can see, there's Minsc's berserker ability, which we do not want him to use at all. But he is a member of our party.
Not a problem.
and he is a very valuable asset. This is the Amish garrison here in Nashville.
Stand away, citizen!
Hey there, who told you that you could come in here? This place is only for members of the Amish soldiery. Little snot-noses like you, you're not welcome here. Come on, get out of here before I have to kick your butts. We didn't know this was the barracks. We'll get out now, okay? Good. Now I have some important business to deal with.
It will be done.
Even though that we can talk to these guys anyway. Not too friendly, these Amish
Stand away,
soldiers.
citizen!
I am sorry for my mood. All the guard are still grieving over the loss of Commander Raj.
Stand away,
Yes, he was a good
citizen.
man. I'll not believe a man of Raj's ranks could kill his own family. 'Twas evil magics of some sort. Oh, this is very ominous indeed. Something has clearly corrupted Raj. Murdered his own family. That is unfortunate. But it was not of his doing. He can take some comfort in that.
Not a problem.
Anyway, let's close the barracks. Want to purchase some better armor for Minsc back at the store. And then, well, before we can head off to the Nashville mines, we'll need to rescue Minsc's charge diner here from the Knoll stronghold to the west, which will be our next destination, one we'll have to be prepared for, because there are a lot of gnolls at the Knoll stronghold.
Shortage and all.
Want to get, well, we can't, well, we probably could purchase some, no, we can't, we still can't purchase plate mail armor. I'll get you some splint mail. May cost them some gold, but trust me, it's worth it. There we go.
The customer is always right.
Thank you very much. And see if you sell the Sunstone gem. As you can see there. And I'll sell this silver ring. Meager 14 gold, but it's worth it. Do not sell the ring of wizardry. At any cost. I can check to see. No, you do not have a helmet. Can't buy helmets from you. But Chihira definitely needs a helmet. I think we are pretty well set at this point.
Not a problem. We are looking a little worse for wear though. So, and actually it is getting a bit late, so we should probably head into the inn. Yes?
To
You're a queer fellow.
get some rest.
awaits. Can I help you?
I stand ready. Not a problem.
Let's go inside.
It may be a touch unladylike, but I'm gonna slit your throat, I am.
Just fancy my luck seeing you stroll in here, bold as day. I expected a hunt and a chase from the description, but who am I to argue easy coins in the purse? May the Lord of Shadows guide you swiftly to your death. This is Nera, another bounty hunter. The fourth bounty hunter, or the fifth bounty hunter that we have encountered thus far. It appears our mysterious malefactor obviously knows that we have arrived in Nashville, just as I suspected. And apparently she is invoking the Lord of Shadows to aid her in this, in our demise. The Lord of Shadows being, of course, one of the many nom de guerres of the deity Minsc, who is the god of thieves, and also master of intrigue. I will defend myself if I must. If you wish to die, then attack as you will. By all means, defend yourself as you wish. If you were to simply lay down and die, there should be no intrigue in this profession at all. Unfortunately, we need to be ready. We desperately need to be ready. Nope. Rigid thinking.
Yes, oh omnipresent
You
authority
point,
figure.
full plate, and
Get away.
As good as
You
done.
have need of me? If none are better.
Fallen!
Come on. Away. Good blow. Wonder if I can hide in shadows. Probably not. Nah. That wasn't gonna work. No. No. Oh, she's under her control. Don't. Please no, Emmerwin. Oh no. That was a lucky shot there. Hopefully nope, she appears to not be doing anything at the moment. But that was fairly lucky on our part, and the crux of it is due to Minsc and his unparalleled courage. And also the bravery of Boo. And
Yes?
everyone is now free from the
Not a problem.
rigid thinking. Some armor, helmet, shield. Don't need the club. That's letter. Is that 350? I have so many letters now. This is the bounty of 200 gold. Ah, this is the scroll. Be it known to all those of evil intent that the bounty has been placed on our head. Last seen in the region of Berrun. This person is to be killed in quick order. The subject is considered to be a formidable foe and is likely to have well-equipped traveling companions. Those returning with proof of the deed shall receive no less than 680 gold coins. As always, any that reveal these plans to the forces of law shall join the target in their fate. And we have nothing really much to say about the late Nera. Luckily we saved against some of her spells, which, if they'd hit us, would have been quite...
Never had threats. No sorry.
Never had threats, have you? What about Nera? You all do yourselves a favor and stay indoors tonight. I've heard all sorts of weird things happening at night. What can you give me today? A peasant, a merchant, or a noble room? We have the coin. We can purchase a noble room. Why not?
You do not dream often, but tonight the visions are vivid indeed. Long have you walked, but now you find yourself back amidst the stones of Candlekeep. Your former home looms before you, but the gate is closed and barred. Over the walls there is a candle in your old room, but as the light goes out, the brick surrounding the window closes together. The very walls conspire to keep you at bay. A familiar voice startles you. Though it is calm and caring, you cannot go back this way, child. You must go on. Gorion forms before you. Though his image should be comforting, it seems but a shade of his living self. He is dead in your dreams, as in life. The phantom of your foster father gestures toward the blackness of the wood, as though it should be inviting. Perhaps it is, in a way, but the traveling will be hard. As you think this, a smooth and obvious path becomes clear out of the corner of your eye. It seems meant for you, pulls at your very being, and promises to quickly lead you away from the life you once led. Perhaps this would be for the best, but it is a bit too convenient for your liking. You do not wish to dwell upon the loss you have endured, but neither should it be forgotten. Gorion smiles and fades away. The pull becomes a push, but you turn away, steadfast in your new direction. The way is not quite as clear, but it is sure to be interesting nonetheless. A whisper follows as you stride away, something vestigial and sinister that you recognize, but yet have never heard. You will learn. You don't look back.
Well, that was a very interesting dream. And a very ominous one as well. Oh. Gain special ability cure light wounds, but how is this possible? We're a thief, we're a rogue, we're not a mage or a cleric. We don't have the necessary intelligence or wisdom. Yet we have this ability. Could it possibly be a side effect of the dream? I wonder. But that is a mystery that we will have to solve another day. So, when we return adventurers, we shall head towards... We will make our way towards the Knoll stronghold in hopes of rescuing Dinah here from the clutches of those evil Knolls, and possibly recruiting her into our party alongside Minsc. As always, until next we meet.
Me youngins are waiting.